Good morning, Peaceful Valley Church. It's a Tuesday. It's rainy, but life still goes on. We get to see God's creation as He cares for it through the rain. And I pray that your day is going well as you are productive in the things that God has for you today. We have been going through songs from PVC, and I'm going to continue to go through one today. The one I want to talk about is called His Forever. This is a relatively newer hymn, and it's full of scripture. It's full of scripture references. It's full of scriptural ideas. And if I were to summarize it, there's 3 verses, and they would fit under 3 headings. The first one I would call redemption applied to the believer. The second one, redemption accomplished for the believer. And the third one, redemption completed for the believer in eternity. These are big theological ideas. And it's hard in language to communicate big ideas with a small amount of words. And so we recognize in things like poetry and music, you can find a word and it's loaded with meaning. This is one of those poems or songs, His Forever. And it starts out, Jesus, friend of sinners. This is the idea that we've identified who it is that we're talking about. We're talking about Jesus. But there's something specific about Jesus. We've not only given His name, we've almost given Him another name. We see this throughout the Old Testament. God was given a number of names. He is Yahweh. He's also the God who sees me and the God who provides and the Lord Almighty and a number of different names that come along with it. And so in this song, the writer has chosen to give Him another name, the friend of sinners. So as we start off, we need to recognize that if we're going to talk about Jesus loving us, He's not loving the wonderful people. He's not loving the beautiful and amazing and awesome people. He's not loving the people who deserve His love. He's the friend of sinners. If we are not willing to confess our sin, we are not prepared to sing this song. So, we come to this song with a contrite, humble heart, admitting that we've sinned and we are sinners, and therefore we stand under God's wrath. And yet, very quickly, the second line jumps in, loved me ere I knew Him. Now, the word ere is before. He loved me before I knew Him. He drew me with His cords of love and tightly bound me to Him. Round my heart still closely twined. That's a funny way to put it. I've been twined. I've been tied. I've been connected. I've had Jesus and my heart stuck together, and they're tied together. Round my heart still closely twined, the ties that none can sever. For I am His and He is mine forever and forever. We could spend a lot of time just talking about this one verse, but the psalmist here, or the hymn writer here, is calling us to recognize Jesus' love for us was the powerful thing that saved us. Jesus' gracious love took a hold of me before I knew Him. This is echoing Romans 5:8. That God showed His love for us and that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Again, Jesus' love wasn't poured out on those who deserve it. It was poured out on those who don't deserve it. His love is gracious. His love is a blessing to those who are covered by it. And so we recognize His cords of love are the thing that drew me to Him. And that's John 6:44. Jesus Himself said, no one can come to me unless the Father draw him. So we're using biblical terminology to say that He's drawn us. He has loved us in a way that has pulled us toward Him, and those are the cords that He has bound us with. And He's pretty specific here. He's bound our hearts to Him, which means He didn't bring us kicking and screaming into a place that we didn't want, but rather He's bound our heart to Him to where we find our joy and our desire in Him now. And it's a tie that no one can sever. We can trust all eternity is safe because we've been bound to Jesus by God's drawing love. I am His and he is mine forever and forever. Now, that was only one verse, so maybe in the rest of the week we'll deal with the other two verses because this is such an important song. But the next time we sing this song together as a church, let our voices raise with the zeal of knowing that we who are undeserving have been bound eternally to Christ. His redemptive work has been applied to us, and now we are safe forever and forever. May this encourage our hearts today, because I don't know what you're going through today. So this is not just preparation for the next time we sing together. This is preparation for today. If you're discouraged or if you're sad, or maybe you've got some pride that's lingering and you've noticed it today, may these truths break in and build us into the people of Jesus, blessed by his gracious love. Have a good day, Peaceful Valley Church. Goodbye.